Okay, Etsy sneakily released an Etsy SEO update recently in the Etsy seller handbook. Someone found it, posted it in the forum, and now it's out everywhere. And Etsy should have told us this information up front clearly in our dashboards to go and look at this information, but it's out there now. And I've got some guidance here. Please listen. This is so important. The tendency is when Etsy says something, people just believe it to be right and correct, and this Etsy SEO update could cause major problems. I'm going to give you 5 things I really want you to listen to. Okay, so number 1, really important, do not make changes. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Do not make changes that Etsy are telling you to make. Etsy don't always know what's best for your Etsy store. I know that sounds crazy. I'll explain why in a minute. Do not make the changes, and definitely, please listen, don't make the changes to any listings that are selling. Okay? There's going to be no improvement, and you will probably or have a decent chance of losing sales. This is critical. And if you know someone else that sells on Etsy, please send them this video. Okay? This is so important, because you can lose sales, you can lose revenue. Okay, so number 1, just don't make any changes. That's all I ask you to do, right? Don't make any changes. Leave your SEO as it is. Now, here's why. This is why I'm telling you this, right? So Etsy has back-end and front-end staff, okay? So back-end staff are the developers, the people, the staff that know the algorithm, work with the algorithm, and implement that so that Etsy sellers can sell on the platform. The back-end staff, they are a very small team, okay? They do not talk to the Etsy admin staff, the people who write the Etsy seller handbook, or indeed anything to do with the Etsy forum or what you see in announcements from Etsy. There is no communication between the two, okay? Nothing. And this is proved time and time again when I read about SEO and updates in the seller handbook. Well, if the developers had a hand in that, they would not be telling the front end staff to tell you lot to change all your listings now to be shorter. They would not be doing that, because that's a massive mistake. Okay, so there's no communication. This is why we get the problems we do. And I understand it, because the back-end staff, the developers, the people who know the algorithm, they don't want to give that information out. It's highly protected. You've got to do a job like mine for 10 years to understand the algorithm and the way it works and be able to make statements like this. Okay, so that's the reason why I don't want you to make changes. Here's the third thing I want you to know, okay? Etsy does have a good intention with this update, okay? The intention is good. They want titles to be easy to read, shorter, give the customer more confidence that they're buying the right listing, right? I get why Etsy are doing it. But the delivery, as always, how Etsy tell you to do things is incorrect. Because in the seller handbook it says why you should make these changes now. And that's the last thing you should do. If this was actually going to be an algorithmic change, a proper algorithm change, Etsy would need to have a structure over a month or 2 months or 3 months to get all Etsy sellers through a program of understanding and changes so that it's done correctly. And everybody moves into this sort of shorter title world that Etsy wants. I get why they want it, but it's not happening. They're just trying to do it sort of almost like with no effort on their part. They just want you to do it, right? But what Etsy don't tell you is it will have a negative effect, likely to have a negative effect. But their intention is good. It's just they would have to put a lot more work into this to do it right and get all Etsy sellers through a program of changing everything, and the algorithm would actually have to change. I don't believe there's any change at all here in the algorithm. They just want you to change. But because the back team don't talk to the front team, they don't understand the negative effects I'm already seeing in the forums and Reddit and other places, people saying this is affecting their sales. That's why I've put out this urgent video. Don't touch it. Just don't touch your listings. Number 4, as I said, the algorithm has not changed. Okay? It's not that the algorithm has suddenly favoring short titles. Don't think for 1 second if you do what they're saying, all of a sudden your listing is going to rank higher and you're going to make more sales. SEO doesn't rank anything anyway. I've talked about this in my SEO videos. Go and watch one of those to understand how SEO works on Etsy. It doesn't rank anything. It makes you eligible or available to be ranked. That's the point of SEO. It's not like the algorithm has suddenly changed. Etsy wants you to think the algorithm has changed, so you make all the changes. There is no change. I'm seeing no difference in any of the client stores I work with. Nothing's changed from the algorithm perspective. And, you know, think about it. If it did, we'd be in a nightmare situation. Millions of stores all of a sudden tanking and having problems because they've now favored shorter titles. Okay? So, don't worry. Okay, and the final bit, this is the most important advice I can ever give you with Etsy. Wait and see. Okay? This is something I've learned for over 10 years of doing my consultancy job with Etsy. Wait and see. So when Etsy announces these big changes, the first light bulb that goes on in your head, chill. Just wait and see what happens. No sudden movements, no sudden changes. Definitely never listen to Etsy when they say, make these changes now. Literally think the opposite. Don't make these changes now. Okay? Really, really important. So, please get into my comments if you've got any questions on this, okay? Comments are open. I know you're going to have questions. Please share this video. I need you to share this video with as many people as you can to help them, to stop them making changes that will damage their store, right? So get into my comments. I've got 2 more things to say. Number 1, my brand new Etsy Consultant Academy is open. The link to join that is in the description, okay? Click on the link, go there. There's a whole video and description of what the Academy is about. I'll be releasing a dedicated video for that very soon. And the other thing, if you want to work with me, don't wait. Don't guess, the book in now button's coming up on your screen that takes you to a calendar form to book a one-to-one free Zoom call with me so I can tell you how in paid consultations or mentoring, how I can further your Etsy business. I look forward to catching you in the comments and catching you in the consultations. Cheers.